Hey peoples, it's me Tristan, and I'm back with the Band of Brothers bolt action starter set. So I've actually finished painting everything. So here's First Lieutenant Helmut Adamson with his trusty sidekick. I used my own, the P dot camo video as a reference to see how I painted it. I just copied what I did on the video, and that's why I like that I have some of these videos up of how I paint. So when I get back to the project or like continue, I have a reference, visual reference on the screen. So on the trim of the base, I have made some markings. Some of you people might remember Gun Barrel. He used the same technique on his Flames of War bases to, separate units, and that's one thing I did. And I must say that I really like these Warlord Games new bases, these little shallow ones, The trim is a bit higher than the middle bit, so I used some Games Workshop texture paint to do the ground. Very tight and nice. And I used these very lovely tufts that I got from the dice bag lady. And also I made some glasses for Helmut Adamson, because Helmut Adamson is no one other than Odisve. So this is his little force. So this is the first infantry section that I have. I'm just going to show them one by one. This is their guy in charge. This first unit has dark red with a white stripe in the middle. I made the sergeant kneeling, gave him an MP40, 30? MP30 I think, yes. So as you can see, I have not used any metal colors on them, and I've been very I've tried to keep them simple. Of course I painted the eyes, but as for the boots and a lot of the stuff, I did not highlight, and I just decided to not use metallic paints. Instead I just use cold gray or something like that, with a wash and a little highlight to mimic it. So these are two guys with rifles, nothing special, just running. And as you can see, on this unit everyone has just only one tuft on the base to further make them separatable from the others. Here are two guys with assault rifles, and I really enjoyed assembling these miniatures, to be honest. The amount of detail you can add to them, like all these little bags and these ammo bags, it's very nice. So here's the second section, and as you can see, they have two tufts on their base, and for them they have this cold gray with a white stripe on the base to separate them. And just to point out that both of the squad leaders are separated by that they don't wear helmets. One wears a hat, and this guy doesn't have anything on his head. So again, with a MP30 or 40 with a submachine gun, because two riflemen for the squad. The grenade dude doesn't have any details or bags on him, but that's not a problem. I found it a bit hard to add the details to the guys with this, what are those, weather jackets or rain jackets, or what do you call them? Finally, the MG team. Same deal as with everything else. Here I had to work with the hands a bit to, get it into his hand, but it was actually easy, and the hands just rest exactly against the weapon. So again, a very positive surprise on the quality of these plastics. Very good, very good. And the ammo guy is on his knee, and I think this guy shouldn't have a rifle, but I gave him a rifle to make him look like he's really busy with ammo boxes and an extra gun barrel and stuff like that, with some ammo on his shoulders. Not sure about how the ammo came out, but I think it's easy to spot him with this toned down yellow on his shoulder, so I think it's okay. So this is my finished infantry from the starter set. It's only 12 models, but I really enjoyed this. I have to say, really enjoyed assembling them and painting them. I was very positively surprised about these. The Warlord games plastics have, gotten better, really. It did come with the assembly guide for the half track. What I didn't understand was that actually it came with different like stools. This is for the cannon thing probably, with these, I don't know, ammo racks or something, I don't know, food maybe, who knows. But it came with full benches as well, so it's actually, you could have built the normal half track out of this as well, which they could have showed here, but as I think it's for the starter set, they just want you to build whatever you get from it. So again, as with the rest of my German vehicles, I used the same way I painted them. I also watched my own video how I painted the half track, so it was kind of easy. Now I do have to say I used the Rubicon decals because I liked them more and I wanted to be exactly similar. So, and on this side I messed up. I should have added, I should have pre-painted both of these details, added the decals and then glued them on. It would have looked way better. But now I won't do it with freehand because I will not get that good of a result as here, and it would look messy. So apparently there's no markings on this side. The left side bench, I used the full bench just to get the dude back there, and I also got the machine gun guy in the front. So what is in my head is that it's actually the Helmut with his sidekick. They're sitting inside the half track and they can be outside. It's just something similar like that. I exchanged this head into the officer's hat head, and also I changed the loader's head with a hat head just to make it look different. Besides, the quality of the crew inside is really bad on the casts, and the dude who is a loader, actually his head is very poorly cast, or the details are very poor, so I just wanted to get some extra detail there, like the face expression or something, just to make it easier to paint or pop out. So just for comparison, this is the Rubicon half track. So what I did with one of the crew guys, I painted it up and glued it inside the Rubicon vehicle, just to make it also look like it's not just like a museum thing, there's a dude inside. And also I used one of the infantry from the Grenadiers sprue set. I took one machine gun and glued it down here and painted it up, because the ones that came with Rubicon sprues were really thin and very fragile, and I think this looks way better. It's bulky and big, so this thing now can shoot, which is nice. So I think it would be positive to tell a few words about what I think about the differences of these. And overall, they look quite the same. There's not that much, from afar, I wouldn't tell them apart. But if you go closer, you understand a few differences. The Rubicon model has way more detail on the tracks, and it also has details inside. For example, the Warlord game is just flat, which is a thing. And also these details on the front, the Rubicon model has really good bulky details, and the Warlord game one doesn't, which is interesting because the little pickaxe and stuff like that, the Rubicon one has really good bulky one, 28mm style. The Warlord game one is just a slight detail there, and for the machine guns they are vice versa. So the Rubicon machine gun was a tiny little thin thing, and the Warlord game ones are okay. So what I really like about the Warlord half track is that it comes with the crew. It actually has 4 dudes, no, I mean 5. 1 gun loader and 4 guys to sit. So I have 1 extra dude left over who can go down and sit in a car vehicle. I'm just gonna leave that in a big bits box. I might want to use that in the future. As they are not that different, I think if you wanna have 2 half tracks, I suggest get both different ones, one from Warlord, one from Rubicon. Rubicon wants to get the very good decal sheet and, you know, these like overall covers or something like that, you know, the lovely details, and the Warlord games for the crew and some extra details like these stowage, you know. Unfortunately, I didn't have another 7 because I would have enjoyed making this 271, so it would have been like the same squad even, or like company or whatever. So this is my starter set all painted up, ready to have a game with. And when we got into this project, my friend said that bolt action is also something that you really want to have some nice terrain with. So next up, I'm gonna build and paint the ruined farmhouse that you get. I'm kind of not happy about the fact that it does not come with a assembly guide. So once I'm gonna get down to build that and paint that, then I'm gonna, you know, probably have to work it out myself, but I assume it won't be that big of a problem or an issue, although this is a lot of pieces. Thank you for watching, keep it safe, and I will talk to you in the next one.